President Obama, I am hoping you can relate with empathy to your ancestors having forced mentality placed upon them as losers and lesser citizens beforehand. The same opposition of harm that worked against me raising 2 kids in Oakland County, Michigan, but also the same reason I chose to flee from there to protect us from any further harm. And why I went to many in this state concerning this, and more issues and were added and out of outcomes thrown my way, and the constant reminder of the fact from my paying for another's harms and wrong was all simply being for my non-acceptance of discrimination, threats thrown at me, harassment, and feeling that I was to submit to this as accepting the disgrace was mine instead of another's in harm. But all that bad rule only dishes out or condones. The same that African Americans had stood up to. And for this, according to the Civil Rights Movement, and for this, I am not supposed to be paying for somebody else's harms. I would like to send you a copy of a letter that I sent there previous to your being in office during this. And for sincerity's sake, I would like to point out that it was certified, and I'm sure that somebody there must have seen it. My letter had started out, I have been made to feel afraid. By that meaning, I can truly relate with what the African Americans went through by people just throwing out law, and the ones that I went to telling me that no one would do anything about what they were doing in harm toward my family, which actually proved to be true as still today. Actually, if you consider the hassle of an audit by the governor for asking them for help, I don't consider that help. And writing to many others in this state that seem to encourage this for doing nothing. I know who appoints the Civil Rights Commission, which did nothing, and I'm sure that from all that I have seen out in Oakland County and all that I had brought to people's attention that I reported out there, that it has a lot to do with the federal government and what I thought was fraud that I had reported, things to that nature. I do know, if you ask me about certain things, where it ends up at, truly not being where the federal government has the idea it's being placed in order to help people out. I also wanted to address to your attention in the letter that I'm sending you, not only to please, be attentive to looking for it, but in one of my requests over children, and the fact that I truly, from me not having justice, my children believing the lies of other people that were just cruel, and my aftermath and proof, ironically, was the death of a child that could have been prevented had anybody listened to me, of the emotional harm that this can do. And I would like to ask you to, if you cannot do this, what I've asked in my letter to you, not for my children or not for the children in the world, could you please do it for Virginia's sake and remembrance that her life was not in vain, and to show her that I spoke truth to her when she reached out to me in comfort, that she was a bright girl and she did have a lot to offer this world. And it's really too bad that other people couldn't see that, and instead of defending children educationally of their intelligence, they should have been encouraged to bring all their good out. But anyway, I thank you for listening to me, and